George Orwell imagined his favourite public house. He called it the moon underwater. And he stipulated in post-war style that it should have draft stout, open fires, cheap meals, a garden, motherly bar staff, and no radio. Well, my lords, the prices have gone up since 1946, and I think you're more likely to hear music on nowadays in hospitality establishments. But even George Orwell, that master of English dystopia, could not, even in his worst nightmares, have imagined the fate that awaits British pubs today under this government. Indeed, his vision of the moon underwater has given way to the grim reality of the pub under Starmer. And there was one fact in this debate which sums up all other points. This indictment alone, that under Labour one pub permanently closes every day in this country, and that is before all of the measures from last year's budget are fully implemented. And British landlords are de facto social workers, changing lives as well as changing barrels, whether, as we have heard in this debate, by giving young people their first job and income, or healing the epidemic of loneliness that is faced by the old. How much more vividly the most humble member of hospitality establishment staff understands the daily reality of life in this country than those who sit in the cabinet, not one of them who has run so much as a small business between them. Hope that the Right Honourable Lady, the Chancellor in the other place, enjoyed a drink in Davos. How much more she could have learned had she travelled instead to the Dog and Duck. Please, inform your Lordship's House of the answers to the questions that have been raised in this debate, because until those questions are answered by the government, it is no wonder, and it will be no surprise, if every Labour MP continues to be routinely barred from public houses in Britain. And I do hope that the Prime Minister himself likes to use vending machines, because if he carries on like this with his policy, it may be the case that he is never served in a public house in Britain again.